अच्छा जी, आज है नवंबर 20th और आज की काफ़ी अपडेट्स हैं एआई की डोमेन में। पहला जो है वो है चैट जीपीटी ने एक नया कोडिंग मॉडल लॉन्च किया है 5.1 कोडेक्स मैक्स, जो मोस्ट पॉपुलर कोडिंग बेंचमार्क्स है उसमें इट इज़ बीटिंग जेमिनी 3 विच वाज रिलीज्ड इन दिस वीक। जो मैं रिव्यूज पढ़ रहा हूँ उसमें इट्स गुड फॉर deep reasoning. It's people are saying it's quite slow compared to Gemini, but it's doing a better job at deep reasoning, and it is a model that can run for like 24 hours and actually do productive work rather than just repetitive tasks या फंसा रहे in the loop, right? So ये है ऊपर से it's using its context window better. उन्होंने एक नया कॉन्सेप्ट निकाला है compaction का कि what they do is when it's about to run out of context length, it will then figure out what is the most important information and compact it and retain that. Now, here's my personal opinion. I always assumed this is what ChatGPT was doing since the beginning, because in the beginning जो मॉडल्स आए थे, जो जैसे लामा आया था और उसके I remember running llama on my own machine, and llama would run out of context length very fast. But ChatGPT, even though ChatGPT context window I think was the same, yeah, kam thi, but in the ChatGPT UI, it would continue working. So I always assumed they were doing something like this in the backend. Like, it's good to know. उनका claim ये है कि they're using 30% less thinking tokens. So thinking tokens are पहले तो होता था ना कि सिर्फ एक जो आप बात कर रहे हो वही कॉन्टेक्स्ट में आती कॉन्टेक्स्ट होता था, बट नाउ व्हाट्स हैपनिंग इज देयर इज अ थिंकिंग कॉन्टेक्स्ट एज वेल, जो आपको नजर आता है वो पीछे क्या थिंक कर रहा है, वो भी एक कॉन्टेक्स्ट अलग यूज हो रहा है। तो इट्स नाउ मोर इफेक्टिव इन थिंकिंग पर से। मेरा पर्सनल टेक ये है कि कोडेक्स इज स्टिल in a bad format for users to use. मुझे I don't like that fact that it's accessible through ChatGPT. उनका जो VS Code की integration है, I've tried using it, it doesn't work as well as Cursor या VS Code के अंदर इस तरह Copilot है. So I'm not liking that at all. I think that's the only hindrance of me fully using ChatGPT के models right now for coding. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's a way to do it better, but I haven't figured that out. और जो Gemini और चैट जीपीटी 5.1 कोडेक्स मैप का जो कंपैरिजन है उसमें सब ये कह रहे हैं कि still चैट जीपीटी struggles with UI based tasks. So right now, if you were to like think about using it, Gemini would be awesome for UI UX, creating designs that you want to use, and use ChatGPT for like complex backends. ये पहली न्यूज़ हो गई। सेकंड है भाई, Nvidia की अर्निंग रिपोर्ट कल आई थी, और उससे पहले काफ़ी बातें चल रही थी कि भाई एआई बबल है, क्रैश होगा। एंड द गुड थिंग इज एनवीडिया की जो रेवेन्यू है, इट्स हायर देन द एक्सपेक्टेशंस, सो बिकॉज ऑफ दैट मार्केट हैज गॉन अप। आई बिलीव जो उनकी डेटा सेंटर सेगमेंट है, इट्स डूइंग रियली वेल, और इवन उनकी जो नई ब्लैकवेल चिप्स हैं, दे आर डूइंग मतलब उसकी काफ़ी डिमांड है राइट नाउ। अच्छा, ब्लैक फ्राइडे आने वाला है, तो उसके सिलसिले में अभी आपकी सेल्स फोर्स ने एक सर्वे निकाला है कि उनकी एस्टिमेट ये है कि इस साल 22% ऑफ ऑल द ग्लोबल सेल्स will be utilizing AI in some sense while making a decision you're buying something, right? That's pretty big. That's like around 70-80 billion dollars worth of sales. um Chat GPT is also, I think, bringing a feature where you can buy directly from ChatGPT. उन्होंने टारगेट और वॉलमार्ट से साइन कर लिया है। इसी सिलसिले में आपने देखा होगा अमेजोन के अंदर एक रूफस आ गया। रूफस इज एआई असिस्टेंट बाय अमेजोन। व्हाट दे आर डूइंग इज यू कैन टेल इट, ओके, मतलब buy this for me on certain dates, या फिर when a price drops a certain level, things like that. इस डोमेन में परप्लेक्सिटी काफ़ी आगे आना चाह रहा है, लेकिन परप्लेक्सिटी को अमेजोन ने भी सू किया था बिकॉज उनका जो नया ब्राउज़र है कॉमेट। सो what it's doing is a user when a user sits on the Comet browser and is browsing and is buying something, Amazon is saying that that if you're using AI, it's computer fraud. Well, you're still using AI and you're not supposed to use AI, and Comet doesn't tell Amazon when it's purchasing things that it's not a user, not a human. So there's a case going on. I think it's going to become a landmark case क्योंकि अगर the ruling goes against perplexity, then it's going to be आगे इस तरह careful होना होगा इन सारी companies में. I don't know what's going to happen, but we'll see. लॉ सूट्स की बात करें तो म्यूजिक इंडस्ट्री के अंदर दो नए आई थिंक वो थे एआई के स्टार्टअप्स थे Udio and Suno. I think they're both being sued by some record labels because of okay, why you obviously use the songs that are already out there to train your models and write more music and you or like for example if you create like a mashup or something of that sort, it's still it's still there are copyright issues. So we're going and again the ruling on that is also going to be a landmark ruling. अच्छा मैंने अभी कुछ दिनों पहले बात की थी कि यार स्ट्रीमिंग के डोमेन में you have I haven't seen anything any major movements. Netflix Prime अभी Prime ने एक AI recap का फीचर डाला है तो let's say you go on to a आपका सीजन 3 आया है of a show 2 साल पहले लास्ट आया था, यू वांट टू सी अ रिकैप, इट गिव्स यू एन एआई बिल्ट रिकैप. तो मतलब वो रिकैप तो जस्ट it or this is going to be a visual recap. So I think it's going to take clips from the last season, your last video, and kind of make it for you. So Prime Video, I would say technologically, I think it's doing a great job. Now, I really hope Netflix would do better in this domain because Netflix की underlying जो technology stack है, it's always been amazing. Netflix has always been the company to work for if you want to go work for a very good tech startup. अच्छा, बस coming to the last two items. Archive is a repository for e-prints of like the research papers होते हैं before they're peer reviewed. Researchers use that to share it with each other. एक company है Alpha Archive, Alpha something Archive. They just raised $7.7 million and they're going to become the AI specific version of Archive. Let's see what happens. And then finally, ending it on a note that Apple is finalizing a $1 billion deal for a custom Gemini model for Siri. So, देख लें, like, मतलब आपका Google is now entered the Apple ecosystem as well, और अब आपका underlying जो है ना Siri might be running on in the backend. Siri will be running. Not Siri again. I think there's 3 layers of how Siri works. One is like their own foundational language models, but then there's like Apple के अपने models, and there's ChatGPT, and I think उसकी जगह पे they might be using Gemini for certain things. So quite interesting. So, all right, this is the update for today.